Welcome to episode 14 of the Sandyton build series. Today we're going to take a look at the shepherd's hut. It, like the rest of the herder huts, don't have any requirements, so we don't need to worry about that. We're going to jump into the build shortly, and we'll follow that up with the showcase of level 5 and then how I went ahead and leveled this building down to level 1. Let's get to it. Let's go ahead and review our completed hut real quick. You can see we've got our wall to keep the sheep in. We've got a door. This is probably going to invariably let some sheep out just because of how much time it takes a colonist to use a door. But it's almost too much work to keep the animals in the pen. The few that you'll lose out the door probably won't amount to too much, other than you'll have some stray sheep in your colony. Again, we've got a little bit of storage, we've got our hut block, we've got a couple of decorative bales of hay, we've got a watering trough, and you'll notice that I set these domum ornamentum panel walls one block outside so that they're on the far facing of this block. They're not on this one here, and we'll talk about that when we leveled it. Other than that, I pretty much used the same roof style as we did for our fisherman's hut, just a little bit different. Didn't bother to put any skylights in, and that's just a nice little covering, some sort of shade for the sheep to rest in during the day, as if they need to. But of course, we got our grass in here that we needed to add in for sheep, since they like to eat grass. And we got a little bit of actual grass plants, some dead plants, and that pretty much wraps up our sheep herder. Let's jump on over and we'll go through the leveling real quick. Alright, here we are at our level 5 sheep herder. Let's go ahead and work backwards. You can see it's slightly different just because of the way I build things and then build things for you guys. And I did. I'll have to do something about that little change. I'll probably put that in level 5 over there. I didn't realize I had done that, but as you can see, we don't have much different. We take away our dead bushes, take away some grass, put in a fence here, and that doesn't make much of a difference for level 5, but it'll come into play in earlier levels, which is why we did that. You can see we've got our roof structure. Everything here is the same. One thing you'll note is that the fence is not going to change, or the wall, I should say, not the fencing, but the wall is not going to change, neither is our doorway. This top panel will change, but not this much of it. Let's go ahead and jump on down to level 3. I'm missing a block on level 3. There we go. You can see here we added in more of the fencing on the inside of this wall. This is going to help keep the sheep in when, probably at the next level, yep, you can see that the Domum Ornamentum panel walls are gone. So we had to do something to keep the sheep in, and that was the solution there. We had a little bit of change. We lost some storage, lost some hay, and most of those things, other than the storage. The hay is just decorative for the build, although it does give you a little something to do. We've added in some more fencing around this side. I don't know if you can... No, you can't quite escape through there. Sometimes you can, depending on how they match up. But we lost our roof. We have our structure for the roof is here, and our fencing. Our grass blocks haven't changed. Our watering trough hasn't changed. You can see here we did a little bit of block replacement, and that brings us down to level 1, where we have this fence line has been pulled in to match up there. That one's fine. These are where they've been for the last few levels, so if we look at this as the builder, as the player will experience it in game, at level 1 you're going to build out this little patch of grass. You'll have your watering trough, and you'll have this kind of confused mix of stuff and these stripped oak posts. That's not such a big deal to strip logs for level 1, so I usually like to be a little nice and not do it for level 1, but it's not so bad. At level 2, you're going to see there's an expansion of the roof frame, and the walls, or the fences, move around a little bit here, make room for our rack. And honestly, these fences don't really need to be here. These fences are actually to keep mobs out rather than keep anybody else in. Just to try and create a little bit more of a safe space for your shepherd when the colony is young and you probably haven't gone around and really secured the borders yet. And one of these days, when I've got enough time, I know a while ago I had started a colony and I just pasted some buildings in, but I've gone ahead and redone that. I've got a world ready to go to start a new colony and kind of go through how I would build this colony as we're working along, how I might design it, and ideas for placement and features. But I just finding time to actually do it is a little bit of a struggle. But you can see once you hit level 3 back here, there's really not much that the player or the builder is going to experience for change in the schematic. Alright, that wraps it up for our shepherd's hut. Thank you all for joining me. We've got one more to do, which is the cowhand's hut, and then we'll be moving on to some more exciting buildings. As always, I super appreciate you being here. I look forward to the next video. I hope you do also. Thank you, and bye-bye.